welcome to another great game of football. If you like action, you're in for a treat here.
It's up for grabs now! Thomas!
Oh, take him out, son. I mean that, take him out.
It was just fantastic.
Ladies and gentlemen, you boys took the hell of a beating.
Oh no! Scorchio! How did he miss?
Balotelli, Aguero!
Come on, fam. Real talk, lad.
Lovely cushion header. Pajero! Oh, you beauty! What a head, son! What a head!
Look at this touch. Wonderful. Rates his look, but then he sees the tiniest window open. Gol del Barcelona!
Morocco moving it infield, creating space now. He's taking on the defence by himself.
Giggs gets past Vieira, past Dixon. Comes back at him. It's a wonderful run from Giggs! Sensational goal from Ryan Giggs!
Madrid's defence stretched out like spandex on Miami Beach, and Casillas is left naked again.
You try kicking the goal, you hit me? Some fucking brains in you.
When the seagulls follow the trawler, it's because they think sardines will be thrown into the sea.
Henry para Messi. Messi, el pase para Henry es buenísimo. Henry. Gol. Gol, 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 gol. What a goal! He did it again. And it's the goal!
And it's very much a symbol of the modern day development of the football.
We're in. I'm checking. Oh, we got a steady red there.
It's great. Introductory.
We're in. Right, welcome to this week's FIFA Ramble podcast, number 13.
13.
We brought to you by the Calhoun Review. I am Rory Calhoun.
I'm Elwyn Wormatron Worm.
Alexi Skinner.
And we're in. We're in again.
Yes, we are.
Bit different
Okay.
than usual this week because it's bloody International Week again. And long-time listeners will know that none of us really like international football. I think it's more than fair to say. So we're not really interested in it. So yeah, what we will be doing this week, we'll be doing the usual sort of roundup of what's happened and so on and so forth.
Why are you playing with that on?
How about mind your own fucking business?
Well,
Yeah.
I'm just intrigued.
You've interrupted an introduction. You've offended me.
I mean, he's probably jumped ahead and fucking running on.
He's probably done that, yeah. He's probably stopped you guys from, like, mid-conversation about talking about a good topic.
Head on. I'm reading out what I'm writing.
You literally have fucked it now. That was a good-ish start.
Completely.
You did alright for you two.
I thought I was doing well. But yeah, no.
He's confused me into a fucking goal.
So yeah, we're gonna start things off as we usually do with a little bit of a Premier League roundup.
Yay!
Yeah. There's no theme tune for that, is there?
No.
No
I feel like
tune.
it will be punched in the face.
No, it might be really. So yeah, first game of the weekend was Huddersfield 0. Good shot. The Harry Kane team 4.
Oh, he can do no wrong, can he, that Harry Kane? He's so bloody handsome.
I understand. He's England captain.
He's been made England captain indeed. He has.
God, that's depressing.
Look, he's a lovely lad. He says what he needs to say. In press conferences, he's robotic. He's not going to offend anyone because he has the capacity to.
Yeah.
That's fine.
He is the Theresa May of the Football Association. Canebot 3000.
Bless.
Canebot scores goals.
Scores more goals.
He's got lovely hair as well, hasn't he? Talking about another one who cannot do any wrong, apparently. Did everyone see the Ian Wright comments about Dele Alli?
No.
He said basically called him Snidey.
Well, he is.
Yeah.
Snide or Snidey?
Snyderling.
Snyderling, yeah.
That's Dele
I can
Alli's
get
son,
the
that is.
actual comments up. Oh, I can get the actual comments up if we want a full breakdown.
Desperate for him.
Desperate. I get him.
No, it's you when
Yeah,
you read
Ian
the
Wright.
quotes, it takes forever.
Ian Wright.
You always get like the full quote takes 3 minutes. It's never how it should be.
Oh, says Fabregas has admitted he threw pizza at Fergie. So there you go. Yeah, basically just Ian Wright slagged him off. Essentially, that's what we need to sort of
Slagging you off.
Yeah.
Ian Wright also thinks that Sean Dyche should be Arsenal's next manager. So I'm not joking.
Tony Gale as well has said that Harry Kane would command a bigger transfer fee than Neymar.
And he's going to Real Madrid.
Yeah, he would command. He's going to be, well, we've talked about it as well, but is it now at this point where just the setup of Tottenham suits Harry Kane's game, you know?
Well, partly that, yeah. But when he says that it's going to command a bigger fee,
yeah,
does that he's going to command a bigger fee because he's better, or he'll command a bigger fee because he's English and that football fees are inflated, so when he does leave it will probably be higher? Because he may well be right.
Yeah, well, yeah, I know what you mean, because yeah, if he was
German, if he doesn't go now, if he doesn't go this summer, he may well go for 210, 220 million.
Yeah.
But as we've discussed previously, the transfer fee means absolutely nothing. Is Harry Kane a better player than Neymar? No. Is he a better goal scorer than Neymar? Yeah, at the moment.
Yeah.
Harry Kane's not going to assist you 20 goals a season and score you 18 goals a season, is he?
And sell you shirts worldwide as much.
No, they said that. There's a big thing on Sky Sports about how essentially he's got the goals, he's got this, but what he hasn't got is the worldwide recognition.
Yeah, but then Gareth Bale didn't until he joined Real Madrid. Like, some players have that, and some gain it by being amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
He
no one heard of David Beckham until he went to Real Madrid.
That's true. That is true. My only notes on that game that I've made are Pep calls Spurs the Harry Kane team, which was I did enjoy and made reference to. Plus, he's now scored. Harry Kane has now got 30. He scored 13 goals in September.
How many has he got in August?
Yeah. He started it off in August, right?
He it's weird that, isn't it? Do you think it's now just a point? Do you think it's now psychological on his part?
No, it'll probably be down to pre-season or something. There'll be something that he'll need to do differently in pre-season, or they're happy with it because it means that he'll play better a month later down the line. So when other forwards are like in April, Kane is still banging them in. You know, players are built to peak and trough at different times, aren't they? I don't think it make like. Ask a Tottenham fan if they'd rather he scored one goal in August to have broken that duck and have scored one less this month. I don't think they probably would have, would they?
Probably not. Probably not. But yeah, no, 4-0. I watched it. I thought Sissoko was brilliant.
Yeah.
Didn't you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
Strongly agrees.
Strongly agrees. He loves Sissoko, doesn't he? He wishes he got Sissoko in Virgil last week.
Yeah, I do. But my favourite is Yannick Wilson. It would really throw me off, you playing with this arrow system, by the way.
Yeah, let's use that as your excuse for losing 3-1 start then. The thing that tells you what I'm going to be doing next is putting you off.
It is annoying. I'm not lying. I feel it is distracting me. And I raised this point from the get-go.
Yeah,
and you go
as soon as you were angry with me for ruining it.
You did ruin the intro though. Oh,
yeah. Those little knobbly bits fucked your pass then, yeah?
But, okay, look, if you lose more than 5 goals, it means you're distracted.
Well,
it is pissing me off.
I do the exact opposite.
It's annoying. It's annoying.
I start well and then poorly.
What do you want me to do? Do you want me to turn it off?
I'm just saying I'm not used to it, and it's annoying me.
He's genuinely annoyed.
He is. Don't like change, this one.
Doesn't like it at all.
Should you put FIFA 10 on? Are you happy with that?
I'd be happy with that, actually. I fucking love that.
FIFA 98 World Cup if we're choosing.
No, Sledge is banging on about that. It's nowhere near as good as people think it is.
No, it wouldn't be. I don't want to play it.
No,
it's like GoldenEye, isn't it, for the N64, and they rebooted it for the PlayStation. I
No
bought
Odd Job.
that, and it was nah.
Love that. Whenever you play multiplayer, 4-player, no Odd Job. Oh, fuck. Oh, go Odd Job.
Yeah, next game then was Bournemouth 0, Leicester 0. That's a good one. I didn't watch it. Didn't watch it, so I made no notes on
Neither
that.
did I. Nope, I got nothing to offer for that one.
No,
This is the
nothing
worst
to offer.
podcast in the world.
We're going to move
Skinner
on.
hates the FIFA, and none of us have watched the football.
Yeah.
None of us. Well,
I
I watched
can't
quite a lot
How's
of
the
football,
Shadows
actually,
looking?
but there's most
The
of it
Shadows
wasn't-
are a fucking pleasure right now because they're a distraction from my distraction. So I'm feeling happy.
Yeah.
One more
Next
time.
one was Man United 4, Palace 0.
Right off that.
What's
Move
that?
on.
It was Palace. I mean, they're just shocking. They were terrible.
Potentially
Yeah, but
could be the
they
worst
got.
team.
Everyone's been beaten 4-0 by Manchester United, so I don't know whether we can draw anything from that.
Someone said that the most on match day, Man United have tweeted Martial to Lukaku gone. And then Man United win 4-0 more than anything else on match day this season. Because it just seems to be at the minute that Anthony Martial is playing the ball into Lukaku and Lukaku's scoring, and we end up winning 4-0.
Well, let's not forget that Martial is a fucking brilliant player.
Oh, he's incredible. He's had a brilliant season so far. It's also worth remembering that Man United haven't really played anyone of note, realistically. as
But
yet.
it's also worth pointing out that
Skinner's losing it.
those were the teams. These are the
Stop the post.
those are the teams that you weren't beating last season. So, whilst it's easy to say that they're not playing anybody. It's like they weren't playing anybody last season when they were beating them, and they were getting beaten by them or drawing with them.
Yeah, no, it's true. It's when they signed Lukaku. A lot of people, like I was seeing, were saying that Lukaku didn't score in the big games, and a lot of United fans and I follow were like, well, that wasn't our problem last season. It was the 0-0s with Burnley that were the problem. So as long as he scores in those games, we'll be all right.
Yeah, people look for excuses for centre forwards anyway. Like Higuain's never scored in a big game, according to the fans. So yeah, but if he scored in 30 of the little games, I think it might be all right. You on yet?
Oh, but yeah, no, it was a good performance again. Next one was interesting. Stoke 2, Southampton 1.
Yeah.
It's an interesting result now. Stoke played really well, and they're very patchy this season. I think Stoke.
We were watching that. We
Stoke
weren't watching it. We were watching it with watching the results come in with one Stoke fan and one Saints fan.
Yeah. How was that? That was an interesting experience.
Yeah, the goal to take Stoke ahead was quite interesting, and then Southampton went very, very close, if I remember. Did
Charlie Austin.
That's the one, Chuck. Yeah, Chuck went real close.
Yeah, it was a good game. I quite enjoyed it.
We didn't see any of it. We were stuck in an Irish pub in Nice. There's nothing
Pleasant Irish pub.
There's nothing continental about that. It was
It's Irish bar in Nice. Watching.
Yeah, I don't go to Irish bars in Ireland if I can avoid it. I don't want to go to. Don't want to go to an Irish bar in Nice.
But yeah, it was. That was quite an interesting result, I thought. Another interesting one, which is a bit of a killer because I know a couple of West Brom fans, was West Brom 2, Watford 2. And Watford with a very, very, very late equaliser.
Rick Wilson, yeah?
Yep, he got the second.
On form.
Yeah.
It was a good finish, actually.
But yeah, it was that was an interesting game, and yeah, I know a very, very big West Brom fan. He was not.
He likes them a lot, or he's massive.
No, he likes them a lot. He's a very slim gentleman.
Okay.
Oh, right. If you're on Facebook, what you're missing a Griezmann free? You're not missing much. Oh, follow up. No.
Is there a
Facebook.
I can't believe you're not a commentator with that kind of. Oh,
You're not
you're not missing much. Don't worry. Oh,
waste of time.
I thought that's everything that needed to be said. West Ham beat Swansea 1-0.
yeah, they did. Who scored for West Ham?
It was.
Saka.
It was Saka.
The league winner, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Of course it was. Yeah.
But yeah, West Ham needed that.
Just what they needed to do.
Was that their first win of the season?
Second, I believe. Might be second. But yeah, it sort of seems, maybe that's the push on, no? Joe Hart says it was, so.
Oh, well.
Wow.
I think that was Joe Hart's first clean sheet. So.
That must be Joe. This isn't me being horrible. That must be Joe Hart's first clean sheet in ages, because I think he was like the last 13 games of the season at Torino conceding goals as well.
There was a lot conceded.
You can see a lot of goals.
I read an article about that a while back, where all the Torino fans basically were just like, "I'm not convinced he's a footballer."
Yeah.
Like a lot of them were just, it was a British journalist going across to be like, "Oh, what did you make of Joe Hart?" And it was towards the end of his, and they were like, "We're not actually convinced he's a real footballer."
I think Souness might have signed him for something.
Yeah, it was that case of, we're not saying he's not any good. We're literally saying he's so bad we don't think he's a professional footballer. How is he?
It's one of Rio's World Cup wind-ups. It's one of his coping mechanisms for grief.
Yeah.
Sending bang average English footballers abroad to play for teams that Mia's going to quite like.
Well, yeah, considering that his current coping mechanism for grief seems to be getting punched in the face. I prefer his Joe Hart wind-up.
Virgil got lucky there.
Bite there.
I thought that was solid.
I did bite.
Oh,
Shane Long would have been onto that like a bloody Irish whippet.
Oh. Oh. Backed away from the ball. And then Chelsea City, which I watched as well, which was good.
No, we did watch that.
We did. It's absolutely. We knew that.
We did watch that, and what was really interesting is that we were out there with a load of really big football fans, and we were having the old debate before the game about bits and pieces, and I was on my own but vehement in my belief that Kevin De Bruyne is the best player in the Premier League at the moment. 3 guesses to which camp this guy was in. Mr. Aguero. Obviously, good shout. Load of players. Interesting that everybody was suggesting they were all City players. David Silva was the main pick from everybody.
David Silva, best player in the Premier League.
Everyone loved David Silva.
He's good. I wouldn't say he's the best player in the Premier League.
Well, he may well be the best player at Man City, and they're the best team in the Premier League. So I don't think that's outrageous. Who do you think it is? Johnny Evans?
I would say De Bruyne is. I'd be with you.
First sensible thing you said in 13 weeks.
I do. I love him. But then also I do think, I like different players. I like Ozil as well. I genuinely think he's better than Silva.
Well, I think Ozil's wonderful, but
no, to Kevin De Bruyne. I like his new. Again, it frustrated me from fake fantasy football wise, but in reality, Kevin De Bruyne playing a bit deeper has been fucking joyful, because that's my favourite sort of player. I like all of my favourite players have all been sort of deep lying midfielders,
like Michael Dewberry.
Yeah, love him.
I'm absolutely delighted with that.
But yeah, sort of that deep line midfielder.
Yeah, I'm going to rematch for this.
Rematch later on.
Was he?
That's a rematch. Oh, he's like David Hay, isn't he?
He really is. Fucking hell. While I Tony Bellew him out of the water.
Nice.
Doesn't really work. That's not even his name. Skinner's a rematch because I've still outscored him whilst taking the things off that I really wanted on.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I thought City Chelsea was a good game.
Yeah. I do. Genuinely do.
You know I don't have to sign up to it though. The champ never has to agree to a rematch.
Right, who's up next?
You and Skinner, so we can let off some steam because he's
So I want you to play him with the arrows
He's
on.
happy about something.
Playing with the arrows
Calm
on.
down.
Yeah, I'm playing with the arrows on.
We can't have this.
Arrows.
No, this is how it works.
You can't just keep
Don't
saying
be
arrows
messing-
and it'll be fine.
You can't mess with the way that the games are played as well as the running order.
He's unbelievable, this guy.
He's messing everything up.
He really is.
God.
What's happened?
I know.
What's happened this week? Have I done something to upset you?
You played with the arrows on. Through.
Right, what are we doing?
Go to England and then press square until you get a 4-star or above team. You're pressing far too quickly. He's going to go right past it in a minute.
I did.
That's 3.5 star.
I just have Real Madrid. Swansea.
Might be the Studiente.
Oh, fine. You got that wrong as well. You're going to have to replay though because it wasn't a 4-star team if you lose this.
No problem with losing.
Have a rematch.
Don't go for white in red kit.
Yeah,
We've
don't
got
go.
a black kit. He's having a mare here, isn't he?
He's
having a mare.
What I thought was interesting about just bringing it back to what the reason we're here. Just bring it. Was but that means Tammy Abraham's going to be on the bench.
Tough.
Oh, I'm going to bring him on definitely. Yeah, what I thought was I read before the game that when Conte was saying about the whole, we got a week, we got a day less to prepare. And someone said, I bet you he plays really deep lying and then afterwards uses that as a reason. So, I couldn't attack them because my players were more tired than the City players. And literally it was exactly as the game went.
Yeah.
One thing they did come out of that game, though, Morata out for 6 weeks, they reckon.
Indeed.
With a hammy.
Hammy gone.
Hammy is
Hammy
gone.
lately.
Hammy's gone.
So, yeah. I'm glad I got Lacazette in to do fuck all.
I got Vardy in. Fucking good. Next one then on the Sunday was Arsenal 2. Brighton 0, which I watched as well. I thought it was very Monreal, especially. I thought played.
Monreal's beastie.
And Bellerin.
Can I just take a moment? There are 2 things I want to say today. Happy birthday, Arsenal! On the 4th of October, 1886 Dials Square, the Works team were created south of the river, but the forefathers of Arsenal football, well, the Woolwich Arsenal and then Arsenal as we know it today. So happy birthday to Arsenal!
Happy birthday, Arsenal!
And which I think is lovely as well. And you're gonna get you'll get a kick out of this one. Happy birthday, Thomas Rosicky.
45.
The little Mozart. That's how old his knees are. Yeah, he's actually
old as
17. He's got the hair of a 17-year-old, the knees of a 45-year-old, and the skill of a 20-year-old. The man's a freak. So yeah, Sparta Prague and old Arsenal's Thomas Rosicky. The little Mozart.
Cannon of a shot.
Exactly.
Rosicky.
Exactly. So happy birthday to those 2. So yeah, it was Inclusivity Day or something. Arsenal have made a very big effort because of the homophobic chants that Brighton traditionally received. So that was really good, and the game was quite interesting.
I expected more goals.
And before we get to the game,
more goals.
there was, because I was out there with a bunch of twats. Yeah, they were all more interested in fantasy football. Huge debates about who plays. Like, are we going to pick? Are we going to put on? Blah blah blah. Some people were doing the Telegraph one, so that meant that they had all the way up until 12, like kick off of the first game.
The fuck does the Telegraph fantasy? Sorry, that's not quite your story.
A man who's doing very very well, and he's going to win 50 quid this week on Manager of the Month. So I wouldn't worry about that. Pays for him to do it all year, pretty much. It's just free for him. Because he wins some. So the big debate there was Sanchez versus Lacazette. For some reason, the gentleman had narrowed it down to those 2, and he was rinsing us for inside info, wasn't he? As if I had borrowed pre-match on the on a blower, but I didn't. I said to go with Alexis Sanchez. He ignored me. He put Lacazette in.
No, he didn't. With Sanchez. I'm joking.
He put Sanchez in. And it was 3 minutes in when Lacazette smashed the post. Skin was beside himself. He thought that was going to be the sign of things to come.
He was actually swimming in the sea.
He was swimming in the sea in Nice, yeah, he was. He was in the water. I wasn't. I was watching the football.
That's what I would have done. I fucking hate swimming in the sea.
Oh, I love swimming in the sea, but I love Arsenal more. Do you hear that, Arsenal?
Has to be very specific sea for me to get in it, to be fair. When we went to Greece, I was in it, loving it. When we went to South Africa, and it was freezing, I only got in it because I paid to get in it, because there were great whites there. But, no. My beautiful wife is very much for swimming in the sea.
She's a big fan of great whites as well, isn't she? Shark's her favourite thing?
She does, yeah, she does like a shark.
That is a good did I know about your wife.
She does love a good shark.
What's her favourite shark?
Her favourite? Ooh, she does like a great white, but I would go with a nurse, I reckon.
Oh, that's your thinking man's shark, that is. And a shark there. Yeah, I like it.
But no, the great whites were the reason we were there, but fuck me, that water. Jesus, it was cold. But yeah, no. Apart from
that is water chat.
That's water chat.
Danny, that section is called Danny Drink Water. That's what we're doing.
So not Wormy's water chat?
No.
Wormy's water babies?
Ooh. So yeah, Arsenal looked alright. Probably could have scored a load more.
I thought they were really good.
I thought they should have scored more, but they looked in control.
They looked alright. Nacho looking good.
Yeah, Nacho played.
Footballer.
Syed.
Oh, just continue.
Beautiful.
I love him.
Beautiful.
I absolutely love him.
What? He's like a raging bull.
He is like Jake LaMotta. He really is. How's he run?
Do it again. Do it again.
Oh, that was good.
Oh, very good hair as well.
Lovely hair.
He's got a lovely hair.
We're all fans.
He's a great player. I love him.
He does the defensive
I like
stuff,
him even more every week.
Does the
Free.
attacking stuff.
I know.
Freebie on a whoops.
Got him on a whoops. A double TK Maxx sticker. What were the ones that you called those? Yeah, that's the one. God, you were beside yourself when you used to get things there. Oh Christ!
Everyone would win.
He used to turn things down on a red, and be like, nah. If I don't get it on a yellow, then I'm happy to lose out on it on a red. And he'd gamble with himself over like a 2-week gamble and stuff.
Don't necessarily need it. Whatever. I'll come back to you, my friend. Friendo.
Yeah. That's a risky game. But no, it's good. That was another game I enjoyed that. Everton 0, Burnley 1.
Didn't see it. Everybody thinks Sean Dyche is the Messiah.
My notes on this are Everton are shit.
Okay.
Because they were fucking.
Do you pin anyone
terrible?
Any blame on anyone? The blame game. Let's play the blame game.
Play the blame
Probably
game.
Walter Smith. Either Walter Smith or probably David Moyes.
I was going to say Unsworth.
Unsworth. Well, he's off.
Nothing.
Did you get away with that?
Fucking murder.
Oh.
Got the ball.
It's not fair because now you're not playing with those and he can't beat you. So what's his excuse going to be this time?
Yeah,
filthy that is. Filthy that
He's
is.
losing his head, isn't he?
He's lost it. He's lost it.
No, Everton.
Bloody red arrows.
Everton were absolutely fucking atrocious.
Were they? Because I haven't seen them all season.
How long does it
They
go?
were really bad. I've watched them now.
How long?
Three times I've watched them this season, and
How
every
many
single
Big Ron
time.
got?
A while.
Oh, Atkinson. Amazing. Big Ron will be gone as soon as we. I don't know whether you've got Arsenal down there. We can talk about them in a little while if you want. In fact, should we do that now because it is essentially the same. It is essentially Everton chat. So
Everton chat.
The only other game that I did want to talk about.
No, we need to because this is linked. This is
Right.
linked about Ron Koeman and that, isn't it? So
I'm happy
bloody
with that.
markers. Those bloody markers that I had on my team scored you a lovely goal, man.
It's
Play against the markers.
They're
Put the markers
fucking
on.
good
Put the markers
markers.
on. See how you do.
Well, you're not doing much better without them.
I just
He's fucking rubbish.
I can take this. It's a good goal.
None of mine were good goals. None of the top bins.
Lost in the first
Look at
half.
that. Bang. Hashtag Vol.
Rudy Voller. So
Sorry, yeah, link away.
Stan Kroenke has
Yes.
made an offer
Big time.
for Alisher Usmanov's shares at Arsenal.
There's been a statement released as well.
And so we'll get back to that maybe, or maybe not later, because there's a fair bit of Arsenal chat on these pods normally, so we don't have to go over that. But what is likely to facilitate is, if that is accepted, and speculation is that it will be, because he's not come out and released a statement kind of counter to that, which he's done in the past, is that the Uzbeki would link up with Farah Moshiri, who is the majority shareholder at Everton now, pump in his money and exploit his considerable wealth, potentially build a new stadium, just finance that without any of the concerns. And then you know what happens there. Lots of players get bought, a new manager gets put in, all the standard stuff. So I think Ron may well go when that happens, unless they do believe that Ron's the man for the job and they just need to give him more players.
Interesting.
You're in.
Chich, mate, get onto YouTube.
Yeah, Chich, get on YouTube, mate. There's a link above you. Click that.
Same every week. 13 fucking weeks. What animal? I did say that I was going to do this every week. What animal gestates for 13 weeks? I'm going to do that. Keep chatting.
There's been a sort of,
annoyed by the.
There's been a brief statement, I believe. I did put it on the order, but it was quite late on, so I just I knew it would come up, so I didn't bother putting it on there officially. What do you think of it? You know, would it be a good move?
For who?
Arsenal.
Oh, I don't want to talk about this. What I would say is a far greater man than I, Arseblog, ARSEBLOG, for all the important kind of really well considered opinion on that. If you are interested in kind of the issues about public ownership, what that means for long-standing fans, etc. Yeah, look at arseblog.com.
Can I point out there as well, as the only non-Arsenal, non-Arsenal supporting member, I read Arseblog. It's really good.
Yeah, it's probably
honestly,
it's genuinely probably the best footballing blog in the world, and I mean that.
Brilliant. It's consistent.
Yeah.
Every day,
a damn day.
Can we all say hello to my Auntie Jill?
No.
Say hello? No, that's enough. But yeah, no, Arseblog is really good, genuinely. I don't want it being one of those things we just mentioned and then it's like, well, they both support Arsenal. It's genuinely brilliant. I strongly advise you also check it out.
So, a puma.
A puma has 13-week gestation period. That's all.
90 days. Yep.
Yeah.
90 days. That's that. So yeah, it's 91 days. Is 13 weeks. I'm sure you can do the maths. But yeah, the closest that we've got here is a puma.
So I'm happy with that.
Yeah. So they've had as much time to learn in the period of time that they've had to not listen to us and ignore the links to the YouTube channel. A puma has literally been created from nothing, like from embryos. What I'm saying is I prefer pumas than Chich.
To sum up.
Yeah, in conclusion. Chich is shit, pumas are wicked.
Also, what they failed to learn in the 13 weeks that we've been doing this.
I do apologise, by the way, if Chich has gone over there. If he has, I'm going to wave you on that camera. If you haven't, I'm going to swear at you on that one.
I think yes.
Yeah.
Covering all bases.
Yeah, what are we doing there?
Looking to camera too.
Are we moving on from the Everton chat?
No, so that'll
Penalty.
be what's
penalty.
Oh.
I've done a bloody Skinner, haven't I?
We'll see. We'll see.
I ain't saving this, can I?
He's back in his head. He's really annoyed at this. You got right under his skin. You have.
No, he's fine.
By you fouling him, I've annoyed him. I don't know how that's happened.
It's the memory of your
just
arrows.
Watch it back. Or
watch it back.
He's got no excuse for this, is he? No arrows. It's this chap.
Scored as many without the arrows as I did with.
Played with the first half of the arrows on.
Leroy Fur's coming on now. Watch it back.
Watch it back.
Watch it back. Last game of the weekend was Newcastle 1, Liverpool 1 in the Rafa Benitez derby.
Yeah. In Rafa we trust. Again, do you think it was misplaced strike force that asked Liverpool's demise was met? Or what?
I didn't see it. We were travelling, weren't we?
We were, yeah. I saw.
Minshew got in the way then. That's what happened.
I saw the highlights and stuff, and it does seem like it.
Did you see some of it? Did you?
Yeah,
I watched it. So what happened? Talk me through the game then, because I didn't see any of it.
I think Liverpool were in control and they had the lion's share.
Did they?
Couldn't finish.
If
shit.
Liverpool were as bad at
Firmino's
finishing as I am on FIFA.
Really, like he got subbed and D-Stir come on. And it just seems like Firmino needs to sort of fucking head up.
None of them. Am I right in saying though that none of them really are centre forwards? Like Daniel Sturridge seems to. Are people talking about that? Because Sturridge seems to play out on the left. Coutinho and Firmino are kind of withdrawn. Even the Hoffenheim.
Would you not consider like Sturridge to be a striker though?
No,
I don't think I do, man.
He's a
I think he's like, you know, like Thierry Henry wasn't a striker. So like he scores loads of goals and he's a forward.
Yeah.
But that's the every fucking week.
Why even put it on there?
Because it really annoys me.
Oh my god.
Lucas doing that really fucking annoys me. So yeah, there's more people. Tell them to fucking click the link.
Everyone,
Rob, mate, go over to
Rob, John, click the YouTube
Rob,
link.
mate, do you know Rob?
Yeah,
Good friends.
solid.
Yeah. The Bianconator.
Yeah,
That's what we. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Bianconator.
Happy with that.
Get over there. Yeah.
But no, basically, Liverpool couldn't do anything. And Newcastle just were happy to let them sort of have the ball. Have you seen the highlights, the goals, anything?
I've not seen anything of it. No.
Right.
I'm impressed.
The
with
less Liverpool, the better for me.
With Atsu a lot.
Liverpool.
I like Atsu.
Oh, he's a good footballer.
He is good. Liverpool, what they basically did was just they went at Newcastle. Newcastle was fine. You just carry on. And then eventually they found a little bit of space. And John Joe Shelby, as much as I don't like him, put a beautiful ball in.
Do you know why that was? He's fueled by spite.
Oh, has he got a touch with the Adebayor horse?
Yeah. Big time.
What I would say though is that the Newcastle goal. Who is it? Joselu, isn't it?
Joselu. Yeah, it was lucky as fuck.
Right, I've never seen two teams conspire between themselves to try and fuck a goal up in their own little way, but it's still become a goal. Because
he couldn't believe it himself. Like he couldn't buy a goal, and which defender come across? It was Matic, wasn't it?
Neither of them. The problem,
it was Matic, and he hit it against his leg, and it rolled in.
Oh yeah,
you
Matic.
see the joy
but there was
on his face when
right. I'm going to move back a little bit, and as you're doing that, I'm going to watch the. I'm going to try and find the goal and watch it.
Goal, because you've never seen a team defending try their hardest to like not defend for a goal.
It was pretty special, and I would be livid if I was Klopp, and I viewed that.
My notes on this game were
it was an abomination.
And write his fucking book. It was
absolute abomination of
John Joe Shelby did well to find the space to play the ball, but the space he played it into should never have been there.
It was straight down the middle.
Two centre backs
I still
are standing there looking at each other. Neither of them move. I've seen the goal every week. It's just like
Well, that's an alright ball.
Yeah, but look, the defending is what I mean. He plays the ball.
Oh, that is something special.
He plays the ball.
It was a lovely ball.
But the two centre backs are just left, and they just look at each other. Neither of them move into the space to close down the attacker.
You sound like Danny Murphy.
And then
I think he was a crafted. I think it was a crafted tool. What I have issue with
it is a good ball, but
the goal was absolute luck, and it was charged. Like Joselu, honestly, the joy in his face when he saw that coming through, like when he saw it roll in.
In fairness,
it's a great ball, but
it's a good ball.
It's a good ball.
Matic recovers and makes the tackle.
Yeah,
but Matic fucks up a tackle.
Matip gets back, makes a tackle. There's a lucky rebound that goes in. I think you're all being too harsh. And you know I hate Liverpool. No, and I really don't like John Joe Shelby.
Two centre back. I
do love Newcastle in red numbers though. There is something lovely about that. Oh,
I think it's a nice.
I've been a kid again.
I think it's a nice ball. I do think it's a good ball.
Give him more credit for the ball. Like the defenders,
right
like he was unlucky with the tackle. He still made it, but he moved like a steamboat to get there. It was just
a great ball,
none of them were particularly
but
quick.
there's so much space between those two centre backs.
No internationals, by the way. Remember, unless you wish to be one.
No.
Strange, I got Turkey as well.
Keeping going.
Yeah, I'm not fussed. Like, I thought that was alright. Ooh, Athletic again.
But they attacked and attacked.
Oh.
No,
go on.
No, we've played Athletic.
Okay.
And is the Rafa effect? Because there's a massive link, isn't there, between Newcastle and Liverpool? So all the legends were there.
Were they?
Yeah.
Were they like Beardsley and was Dalglish there?
Yeah, of course Kenny was.
Ken. I'm going this weird horrible kit.
I quite like
him.
Yeah.
But you say I just think that
lemon and lime.
But yeah, my notes on that.
He's not even looking. Probably offside there, Luke. Might be an offside there, buddy. Andrew Shelby with the ball there.
My other note, Klopp said after, he said in his press conference, he said, "We don't feel perfect in this moment, and you," meaning the journalist there, "you write things and the boys read it and they don't feel too good about it."
You're making him cry. You're making
him words, I think.
Harry Henderson, you're making him cry.
Just needs to write his book. Be alright. Be like Pete Townsend, it'll be alright as the book comes out.
Andros Townsend.
Yeah, no, I watched that game as well. I watched all three of them on Sunday, all Premier League, and you know, it was a good game. It was an exciting draw. It was good, and Newcastle played very, very well.
Is that the Rafa effect?
Well, they live him, don't they?
He's very good from one games as well. That's why his one match preparation is absolutely impeccable. These kits are awful, by the way. Like, you really should have gone your red kit.
No, I haven't gone. I got 2 darks.
Well, whatever your first kit was, because my kit now looks a bit white.
Ooh, those pitch shadows aren't helping a thing.
I'm alright with those. I put my marker on there to fuck him up. Doesn't seem too fussed. Doesn't seem too fussed at all.
I'm not bothered. Nope.
Oh, he's reaching in there though.
Yeah.
You're giving away bloody fouls up there for.
Fucking arrows.
Let's get at him. Okay. So yeah, I'm not sure what's going on at Liverpool. You know, Jurgi Bear.
They can't defend, and this week they didn't score the 3 goals needed for them to guarantee
a
win.
case of, like we debated a couple of weeks ago now, I think, is it the fact that they struggle at the back, or they're not scoring the chances?
I don't think, as we've said, they snatched their chances this week. Usually they would put away a fat load more than they did.
Don't make me watch the replays. Press the fucking button.
Sorry, they did.
Sweet little curve.
But their defending is not helping. But I just, again, this week is the whole thing of Klopp. Oh, now he's overrated. Well, no, he's not. To be honest, you know, he's playing to a system, and that's the system he wants to play.
They're fucking lucky to have Klopp, for fuck's sake. They're fucking lucky to have him.
Really lucky to have him. He's a great manager. One thing that we didn't touch on in the Stoke game, Saido, that I did make a note of, that I want to bring up. Saido Berahino missed a penalty.
He did.
Which was his
17th.
It was his. I don't know. I've got it down. 4th consecutive penalty miss.
Are you saying it's a fall from grace?
He hasn't scored since February 2016. February 16, and it's 4th consecutive penalty miss.
He was in Siberia for a lot of that time.
Was he actually in Siberia?
Yeah, that's what Pula sent him, wasn't it?
Sent to the gulags.
In fairness, though, Pulis is probably got a fucking holiday home in Siberia, isn't he? He seems to sort. When you're going on holiday, his wife just there in fucking Siberia again.
Got a timeshare then.
Yeah, it's also interesting that this week Gareth Southgate.
Piece drills.
Did you see Southgate's interview? It was sort of about Berahino, but it was mainly Harry Kane as usual. Because
Winks got a call, didn't he?
Winks.
By default, yeah, he got one.
But yeah, he said that he's got no regrets about the lack of playing time that he gave to Harry Kane, because Saido Berahino was getting regular football in the Premier League. So, well, I had to play him because...
Saying that, if Tammy, big TA...
Big Tams.
Yeah, if he's smacking a few in, do you think he'll get an England call-up?
Yes, they will, but for two
definitely.
reasons. They'll give him one cap to stop him, and I know he's already spoken about not wanting to play for...
Nigeria.
Preferring to play for England over Nigeria. I think that you would do what the German team do with... Well, I mean, a crop of players that, to be fair, turned out to be really fucking good, but Podolski and Ozil and all the, Miroslav Klose and a load of the emigres. Oh, that's filthy. He's given that, isn't he? He's alright. Don't come over another Skinner here, but these kids do mine in.
Enjoy the arrows?
I'm not noticing it. Too focused to notice. Arrow. No, they fucking put me on.
I was mentioning them. Can't unsee him.
Getting forward, well, guiding it through. Oh, can he get it away here? Being closed down now.
Right, should we move on from the Premier League?
Yeah, it's taken about an hour. It's taken longer and longer. We've got less and less to say about it.
It's taken
3/4 of an hour.
minutes.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
alright. Well, to be honest, though, it's what people are going to mainly fucking want to hear anyway.
No, they probably want me to talk about something really interesting. Is actually what they're turning up. But you keep kidding yourself.
That's
it's about doing around that. Yeah.
Like Palace.
They probably want to talk. They want to hear your Kookaburra impression. That's what it is.
Oh, they might get it. They might get it. If Arsenal win the FA Cup this year, you can have the Kookaburra.
The victory Kookaburra.
Right, should we move
Palace?
to our
Crystals?
Crystal Palace. Now, they did... I don't know whether it was the actual Crystal Palace website or not, but Crystal Palace ran a Goal of the Month competition.
It was the official Crystal Palace website, yep.
Yeah.
Tricky.
Yep.
And do you know what goals were in it?
I do.
Do you know what goals were in it, Alexander?
I do not know. Under 20s?
No, what they did...
10s?
What they did was just... They gave the fans 5 options to pick from.
Oh, it made me my goalkeeper then. That was nice. Do you see that?
Yeah, I did.
I controlled my goalkeeper then.
Did you press your old pad?
I wasn't anywhere near it, but whatever.
No, that's weird.
Bloody arrows.
Let's put your goalkeeper off.
Look at that. He's like Simon Mignolet. Oh, that was a rasper. Fucking Harry Kane, whatever cheat he's got on at the moment.
There's 5 goals that the fans that could pick for the Goal of the Month competition. So what are we going to do? So what they did was they ran Sacco's goal in the League Cup 5 times.
What was it? Goal number 1.
Did it win?
Second, they came second. They couldn't even win that. That's the sad thing. Yeah, she didn't win that.
Goodness me. Saying that, who have they got next in their fixture list?
I think Everton. No, I don't know who they've got. I haven't looked at
I
any
believe
games.
they've got Chelsea.
Right, and then that's...
I'm not 100%. Do you want to? I would.
Palace have, yeah, I did know that. We did, because they had
United City and Chelsea.
United City, Chelsea, in the 3 games after. Because I spoke about it on the podcast about why you keep Koeman or put an interim in and let him lose 3 games.
Oh,
I just read that Neville Southall tweet.
Yeah, the man's lost it. Like, he's absolutely lost it.
Can I read this to you?
He's gone full on Skinner.
He's gone Partridge.
I love the thought of recycled skeletons. Imagine walking down the street and all your dead relatives were lampposts. Brilliant.
Yeah. He's desperate to be on a celebrity programme of some description, isn't he? He wants some traction.
A comment underneath. You don't have to be dead to be a lamppost now.
Yeah. I like it. I mean, that is astute by that person. Do you think they work for the Highways Commission?
Neville got back to him. He said it helps.
This is the Neville Southall Roundup section of the podcast.
I suppose we remind you to order spare ribs if you head to the takeaway. Neville has got back on that. He said, make a great soup as well.
It would.
Neville's done another thing. Bringing the dog for a walk could be awkward or childishly entertaining. Neville, you don't think? What do you say? You don't want to think about bike rack. That's weird.
Can we? I mean,
Neville chat. No, okay, that's it. It's
Neville,
just the street.
Neville, will we
Neville's
ever
lost
do
his shit
that
on
again?
Twitter.
Neville has lost.
It's a cry for help.
It is.
It really is. Yeah.
What he needs, basically, he's doing a roll moat, and he needs Gaza to go to him with a bag of chicken, can of red stripe, and a fishing rod. That's basically what he needs there, isn't it?
That's what you need.
Everyone
so
remember
uh,
roll moat?
Yeah.
Lovely
Yeah, I
guy.
remember it.
Okay.
Very caring.
It's
Let it
very-
go when he won killing police officers.
Yeah.
That's a weird thing that was.
Yeah. Good in relationships.
Oh, this team are fucking double wanking shit. Chips.
Let's move on to the next point because it ties in nicely.
Crystal
Now,
Palace have got Chelsea. Crystal Palace are at home.
Talking about Crystal Palace, and moving on to our next subject as well. Crystal Palace last week, because Benteke is he injured? He's injured, isn't he? Benteke at the minute. So they were
No idea.
He is, yeah. The
he's
goal
injured.
machine.
Yeah. So I mean, I know he's not scored any, but they literally at that point they had one striker on their book, which was, I've forgotten his name now, which is really bad to me. But they signed him from, I believe it was like non-league or League 2. Aspro, I believe his name is. But they
That's a tremendous.
Good punch.
they thought, well, fuck, we better try and do something. So they went to the free transfer market to see who was available.
So he's a football manager.
They did.
Refined search, yeah.
Yeah. Who could they bring in?
Should have gone bloody Ariad now. We've had a few suggestions.
Now that the
You
transfer
crank
window.
yours, you
Sanders, yeah.
Say Nico, isn't it?
So they tried a few. They did try. Apparently, they tried Gabbiadini.
Gabriel Batistuta.
No, played for Southampton. Retired last season to take up music, concentrate on his music. Daniel Valdo. Yeah, they did. They spoke to his agent, and he was like, "Didn't play football anymore."
Well, was he
He's
on agent
retired.
then?
What if they wanted him for a function because one is a little bit of football?
Yeah, that's what they wanted.
What if they wanted him for a half-time gig?
They wanted him to play at their.
Whoa!
The fucking... That was unreal! I can't believe... Like, I'm annoyed that you didn't score that.
Yeah, they wanted him.
2 goals straight down the middle.
They wanted him to play. I thought that was a corner. They wanted him to play at the Crystals nightclub. Have you ever seen Crystals?
No.
It's Crystal Palace nightclub called Crystals.
That's not true, though, is it?
I don't get it.
Yeah,
That's unbelievable.
that's true. Party you staying out there.
Can't get him on this.
But yeah, they tried Daniel Valdo, even though he's been retired now for over a year. They also
Trying more
tried.
shape than I am.
They also tried Carlton Cole, who has been released from
Prison.
Indian League.
Indonesian
League because he couldn't score, and the owner said that he's just not good enough to play. But Palace were like, "Fuck it, we'll bring him in." The other person they tried,
Real football kid, isn't he? Real footballer.
yeah, they didn't bring him in, obviously. But the other person that they did try was Ricky Lambert.
Okay.
Ricky Lambert, 3 days later, announced his retirement. So he would rather retire entirely from the sport than play for Crystal Palace. That's my narrative, and I'm sticking to it. That's what I like the idea of it. I like the idea of him sort of contemplate, I should look for a club, I need to keep in nick, seeing Bakary Sanya's fucking Instagram post, thinking, oh shit, I better get in the gym.
I missed Cardiff.
Yeah.
It's a free ride.
That's the free ride that Alanis Morissette's always banging on about, isn't it?
Free ride in a fancy car.
But yeah, so he retired instead. Ricky Lambert celebrated. What's everyone's thoughts of Ricky Lambert?
I literally have none.
Scored for his first touch in an England shirt.
Fantastic at pens.
Yeah, was working in a factory about 8 years before his England career. So I don't know. It's a Roy of the Rovers story, isn't it, Ricky Lambert?
No,
It is.
it's not.
Sky One will be making a...
Sky
Literally,
One
all
will
he
be
was
on
a Claudio Ranieri title win away from having a Jamie Vardy. Because Jamie Vardy's got his own TV show.
His actual boyhood club was Liverpool, right?
It was. Him and Robbie Keane.
And Banners. And Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain.
He's having a
had Liverpool bed covers. He's going to get... Look, it'll be a case of... He'll get slated, he'll be turned upon. Old Oxy boy. He missed 2... That flying header was... He did well to get there, but...
Has anyone gone with Oxymoron just yet?
That's in the making.
It's coming up. Coming soon to the FIFA Ramble Instagram.
Well, it'll also be another one of those Wormy's predictions that I always get right that I never get any credit for. This guy is fucking wank.
Oh my god.
Is it Ladapo?
No, it's Hidalgo.
Yeah.
And I swear to God. So I'm winning this game basically. Like I'm not having any of this. I've beaten you 3-2 because that guy is a wobbly sack of spunk. I swear to God.
Viewers.
First it was don't ever apologise for me. Like I'll apologise myself if ever I feel that I need to apologise. He is, oh God, he's literally a sack of semen. Like it is unbelievable. Full sleeping bag, full of it.
That's brilliant. So they've got 4 strikers. Three of them are out. So Benteke's out. Connor Wickham's out, obviously, he's injured. And Anderson's out. So Ladapo,
I believe he was playing League 2 football or non-league football.
Olakinia Frederick Oladato. Oladotum Ladapo. It's for me.
That's what his friends call it.
Yeah. Sure.
Ollie Fred Olalat. That's for sure.
Right, that's another win for Worm. Excellent. That was terrific. That was absolutely that fucking guy.
There you go.
So he wants a replay, does he? He wants a game Southampton versus.
Is this what's happening now? Is it?
Is it
rematch? Okay.
Look at him trying to be a dick now playing coy. Oh, you agree with you?
Right. Also, Ross County to move abroad. Let's go up there. Ex-UK.
Okay.
Owen Coyle's been appointed their new manager.
Yes, did know that.
Yeah, and he started with a 2-0 away win over Kilmarnock. That's literally beginning and end. But I do like that Owen Coyle is now back in the
fold. He'll be fucking miserable soon enough.
Owen Coyle has been
as miserable as that
Scottish Brendan Rodgers is what they've known him as. That
be as miserable as that Steve Bruce gif.
I can't even do it. I can't even give a straight face to do it.
Right.
That is fucking wonderful. That is. I can't do it. I can't do it now.
Do it.
I can't do it. I can't keep a straight face.
Do it.
It's outrageous.
Press conference. Steve, don't let on there's anything wrong.
Yeah, like Mrs. Doubtfire. That's incredible.
Oh, the rematch is on. Yeah, no, Owen Coyle's back then.
Yeah,
I quite like that.
Bringing everyone loads of joy. Oh, good pass.
Just send it out another thing.
Good pass. Can you post the Steve Bruce link as well?
I will point. Right.
Whoa.
Oh. That's lovely. Are the arrows on or off? That's all I need to know. Off. And you still won't have that.
You do. Really enjoying it.
Do. I need you to sing for me now, Skinner.
What part of the show?
Now it's our favourite. It's our favourite section. Englishman abroad.
Can we not?
Oh.
No, genuinely, that's not.
Englishman abroad.
That'll do. Right then, you ready?
Already.
Reese Oxford.
No. Okay, I'll start with Reece Oxford. Shall I? Reece Oxford was an unused sub for Mauricio Mönchengladbach in a 2-1 win over Hanover. Like, genuinely, I'm not even making it up. I was listening back to last week's podcast to try and then get clips and stuff for like links to send out. When I got to the bit with Englishmen abroad, I was genuinely crying. It's just something about it. It was my favourite part. But yeah, Reece Oxford was an unused sub from Borussia Mönchengladbach in a 2-1 win over Hanover. Here's where it gets interesting, so get ready. Okay. Ryan Kent was an unused sub.
Been dropped.
Unused, so he didn't come off the bench this week. They didn't want him. He was an unused sub. Nice. Unused sub in Freiburg's 3-2 win over Hoffenheim.
Yeah, it was a really close game. They did really nicely.
It was, I didn't watch it, but...
it was really good fun. Some good goals in that as well.
No Ryan Kent, no Rory Calhoun. That's how.
That's yeah, exactly.
No party.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Here's where it gets really interesting. Okay, Caelan Hines.
Yeah.
Caelan Hines. He was an unused sub, but it's the first time he's featured on.
He's made it to the bench, didn't he? Yeah.
So he hasn't been on the bench at all. So that is genuinely, I think, interesting. It's a positive.
He keeps playing hard, like Reece Oxford.
In
6 weeks' time, he'll still be on the bench.
But yeah, so Caelan Hines was on the bench.
He's basically Stuart Taylor abroad.
There's two more. I don't know which one to go. Well, there's three more, so I don't know which one to go. Right, this is genuinely interesting. Right. Jadon Sancho was on the bench for
Borussia Dortmund. He was
in a 3-1 win over Augsburg. But yeah, he's Callum's in.
Callum Hewitt.
Yeah, he's in.
He's on the wrong platform.
Callum, mate, click the link.
How did Ravel Morrison get on?
He'll do. What are you doing? What is he intent on sabotaging this week's podcast?
Every podcast.
Every single fucking.
I'm just glad he hasn't mentioned Cavani again like last week. Nice follow.
We'll get there.
We'll get there in the end. Right. So Jadon Sancho is a new sub for Dortmund, but again, like we say, he's been playing for the under-23s.
He's on the bus. What does that mean? On the bus? You can still click YouTube. You can get YouTube on the bus.
The vest. The vest. Yeah.
Callum, you still get YouTube on buses.
It's the same thing.
2017. I'll send them out a new link. The next one, this is good. Mason Mount.
Yeah.
Now I do follow this, but it was a worm who brought my attention to it this week in our weekly ongoing DMs.
Quest.
Was it a quest? Did we decide it was a quest, or was it a
saga? It was more like an odyssey.
Odyssey.
Yeah, it was more like an odyssey.
This week's ongoing Twitter conversation odyssey that we've had going now for the same amount of time that a puma gestates.
How long was that?
90 days, so that's less.
But you could even
just under
argue that
13.
it's further because that conversation predates the FIFA Ramble.
He's in. Aha. He's in.
He's in.
There we go. That's good. That's good to know.
So we'll just tweet the link again. Yeah,
it's
so
going to be
Mason
important
Mount.
at some point that you're able to keep talking whilst doing the links. Yeah,
I know.
I mean that'll be. We could practice that in a week.
We need to practice it.
Not
Mason
we.
Mount. All right, I'll practice that. Mason Mount came off the bench and scored his first goal for is it Vitesse or Vitesse?
Vitesse Arnhem.
Yeah, scored his first goal off the bench. Nice. Which was interesting.
It's amazing the difference those markers make.
Magic markers.
It is. I would just keep switching them on and off. See what happens.
I'd have all that and having a bloody ear.
Not impressed with new FIFA. Callum's not rating new FIFA. Why don't you like it? Like, what is it about?
Don't engage.
the new
It's
one?
not visitors' questions just
No,
yet.
it's not. Come back with Readers' Wives. We'll be there in a bit.
Buses.
Right, there's another little Englishman abroad that I want to throw in. Which would be interesting.
Everybody knows what you're going to talk about now. All of a sudden, you're going to have an interest in Man City's American team, aren't you?
Yeah, I am.
Bloody transparent you are, honestly.
New York
You and the rest
City.
of the football fan never fucking heard of him before, and now
New
you
York
know all about him, you.
No, I haven't got a clue.
Harrison.
I haven't got a clue. But he is an Englishman playing abroad, and he was in the news, so it came up. Sting told me. Sting sent me a WhatsApp.
Did he?
Yeah. WhatsApp. He said, I'll try getting all the Skinner, but I'm getting a foreign ringtone when I ring him.
I know.
Yeah, he said I'm getting a foreign ringtone.
He owes me a $5 as well.
He says he has to get another police reunion on to record overseas calls.
Yeah, Betty.
But yeah, Jack Harrison, New York City FC winger, has been called up to the England under 21s by Stuart Pearce.
Not just Stuart Pearce, by Eddie Boothroyd.
He's been called up. Frank Lampard was loving it.
Loving it.
He was all over it. But no, I genuinely, have you seen much of him?
I've seen him play in the under-17s without knowing who he was.
Yeah, no, I genuinely, it only came up because it was quite it was more publicised than it would ordinarily be. It was Guardian did a really long piece on it.
But then they've had a bit of a vested interest in the Man City stuff for a long while. The Man City project.
Yeah. So,
like the old franchise stuff. So yeah, I mean, good on him. Good on him.
Yeah, no, I just thought because it's English. So I quite like this. It would be very interesting now, like genuinely interesting as well, to see about Caleb Hines and Sancho and see the progression now because they've made that move up. There is Egbo who has gone to Borussia Mönchengladbach, who still hasn't featured yet. He's the last one that we highlighted.
Did we not do Chris Willock in that?
Yeah, sorry, Chris Willock as well for Benfica as well. He hasn't featured either.
No, Griezmann is basically the only player I can't play against. Antoine Griezmann's the difference between Atletico Madrid and
Southampton. That's it, is it?
Well, that and some markers.
Magic markers.
Oh, it's bloody filthy, that is.
Filth. So yeah, moving on from that. I just wanted to
he's not bloody listening.
Sorry, I was engaging. Mr. Hewitt. On the talk of North America, did you been an incident at Disneyland? You seen it? Oh, mate.
I have.
Specifically at Epcot.
No way. Nothing bad ever goes down at Epcot.
It does.
It all went off. It went right off.
Fucking Larry.
It was Larry.
Crazy. Is there Crystal Pop?
It might be.
As the kids would say, shit was lit, fam.
I think I've heard them
think
say
anyone's
that.
ever said that.
Yeah, shit was lit, fam. Genuinely, Sydney said that to me. I said, Sydney, did you enjoy school? She was lit, fam. I just looked at Nick. I was like, what is she saying to me? I don't understand these sounds that are coming out of her mouth.
Lit, fam.
And my wife, who's a year older than me, had to explain to me.
She looks a damn sight younger than you.
She looks about 10 years younger. She's very beautiful. But yeah, USA striker Alex Morgan and two players from MLS team Orlando City were escorted out of Epcot.
No way.
They were escorted out of the of Disney's Epcot Centre by police because they were, and I quote, impaired and verbally aggressive in a pub. Basically, they got very leery and got into arguments with other people in there. And Disney were having none of it. Disney went, get out.
Out.
Get out, you fucking World Cups. Get out.
We don't want you in here.
Yeah. They kicked him out. Which I didn't think that there were any pubs on Disney sites, except one, which is the old, I can't remember the name of the club now, but there's
Have you been there?
No. I've been to Florida, but we didn't go.
That, everybody, was Disney Chat.
That was Disney Chat.
Come back next week for Disney Chat.
It was Morgan, Giles Barnes, Donald Toyer, I believe it's pronounced, and his wife Courtney. They were led out after arguments inside the venue.
Is that Giles Barnes that used to play for Derby County?
Yes, it is indeed. And Man City, wasn't it? I believe. I might be wrong there, but
I don't think it was Man City.
It's definitely Derby. But yeah, so they're all kicked off. Do you know what else has been kicking off this week? Bayern Munich and Carlo Ancelotti.
Is he going to Oktoberfest though?
He
That's
probably
already
will.
been. They do it pre. If you Do you notice they do all of their stuff beforehand?
Is it like a breakup with a...
Please. Oh, that would have been lovely.
Yeah, it really would have been, and that would have been my boy as well. It would have been Nana Redmond. Bloody love Nana
You
Redmond.
do love Nana Redmond.
Bloody love Nana Redmond.
You do.
What's Carlo saying?
Carlo?
Not a lot.
Not really. He's
some
quite
raised
happy about
eyebrows
it.
there.
He had quite a nice little Instagram post. Wrote it in German and in English, but you can translate stuff now. On Instagram, you just click translate.
Yeah, it's a classy manoeuvre,
it was
isn't it?
Classy. He's
He's a
really
guy.
like. Do you know who doesn't think he's a nice guy?
Willie Holness?
Very good.
And had a few choice
Bob
words.
Holness? And any of the Holness brothers? I'm assuming they're related, yeah.
Iron Robin.
Oh.
See what Iron Robin said this week?
Tell me.
After he said, his quote was, "I've seen better training methods at my son's youth team than we had with Carlo Ancelotti."
Christ, I mean, how good is his youth team?
It must be really good. That was his quote.
Pep Guardiola does his son's youth team, though. That's the problem.
They were better training. My son has better training in his youth team than I had.
His
And
son's
Carlo
probably got really
Ancelotti.
good.
Carlo Ancelotti again is such a. He just seems like such a lovely bloke as well. Do you know what I mean? He seems like a very nice chap who sort of.
He's got a lovely wine collection as well.
Seems like the exact opposite of Roberto Mancini.
What, does Mancini seem like a bad guy?
I
Roberto Mancini.
think Roberto Mancini is very volatile, whereas I can imagine... I think if Carlo Ancelotti managed Mario Balotelli, there's no way there'd be fights on the training ground between them pair. Carlo Ancelotti would be in the corner, smoking a cigarette, shrugging.
I'm not sure whether that's true.
I think you'd ever see
I
it.
like Mancini's style. I think
He's alright.
Or Bobby
Ancelotti's
Mancini.
got more class than him, I think.
They're quite good football, aren't they?
They were.
Gabbiadini, what are you doing, kid?
Oh, that was filth. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed that a lot.
Gabbers? Dink!
Do you want me to bring... No, I won't. I'll skip... Right, before we move on to something which will bring the mood down, I'll move on. Did anyone watch... Now, my pronunciation here is going to be...
Your
awful.
pronunciation of pronunciation was bad enough.
I know, it was really bad. I was going to say pronunciation. The Lille versus... Is it... I'm going to go with Amiens. Amiens. You're going to know it straight off.
I don't even know what football team you're talking about. Oh, Amiens.
There you go.
Oh, yeah.
Did see the... did you see... Okay, I'm fine.
Yeah, that's fine, that's fine.
Yeah, there was a bit of an incident in it. Has anyone seen the incident?
Do you know what? I haven't
I
actually.
haven't seen that. No.
Okay.
We were bloody in France, we didn't hear about it.
It was the barrier collapse.
Oh, I did. Right, okay, so I did hear about that then.
The barrier collapse happened, which was... Have you seen the video of it?
No, I won't watch Tragedies back.
I
won't even watch the Champions League final, but Arsenal lost.
It was the waterfall celebration that they do. I think it's called the waterfall celebration. They do in Argentina.
Yeah, okay.
Where they all rush forward.
They rush
and
forward,
it looks,
yeah.
It was almost like that. But they just celebrated the goal. They just went forward, and the whole barrier came down. The whole stand came down. Which then it dropped a good sort of 15 foot, I would say. So everyone at the front then tipped forwards, and it just snaps. It looks like it's a huge snap, and everyone is pushed down. A lot of the Leo fans ended up on the pitch.
Yeah, I bet.
And the game just had to be abandoned, but it all happened because they'd scored. And they ran over to celebrate with the fans, and as they went to celebrate, it all went. So apparently now the club have now brought in counsellors.
Yeah, I should hope so.
Yeah, which I think is a really good move, just because the grief counsellors, because sort of dealing with guilt and of the incident and stuff, which you'd hope none of the players do feel that way.
Oh, you son of a bitch!
Unlucky. Yeah, you don't. None of the players do feel that way because obviously they were just doing what the fans, wanted them to do anyway, which is go run towards them and celebrate the goal. But
he's getting sent off there, everybody. I was going to call up before I made the pass because
you'd have done the same.
Skinner's trying
You
to
would have totally done the same.
trying to buy a win here, so he can.
You would have done the same.
He can press his agenda about the.
You're not telling me you wouldn't do the same.
I'd do exactly the same. I'd do it again in a heartbeat.
Yeah. But yeah, moving on to something a little bit more upbeat, should we say? Yeah, was it Leon? Leon's Marcello. This week he got a yellow card. He did a bit of a Skinner, didn't he?
He did, yeah, he really did.
He did a bit of a Skinner. He had the yellow card, and
Well, against Skinner today, isn't it?
It is. He had a yellow card. He got a football yellow card, and then as the ref produced it, assuming you've seen it, he threw his hands up in sort of, fuck's sake. As he did that, he knocked the yellow card out of the ref's hand.
He didn't.
There was a collision.
He didn't. The referee was bringing his hand down as it was a Gallic shrug.
Yeah. And as it's been seen as he's knocked it out of his hand, which it wasn't, he's immediately sent him off. Produced a second yellow, and just went right, get off. But yeah, if you watch it, he's genuinely hard done by because it's just the motion of him. It's upward motion meeting a downward motion, causing a red card. He's genuinely. I'm glad you think the same because I was watching.
I do.
And I was thinking, right, that is not. He didn't mean to do that.
No, it's you. It's you and him. No, he didn't mean to do that at all. I don't think he meant to do it at all.
No, it was no. Do you want this?
No.
It was.
No, you're driving the bus. I am simply Reg Vardy.
But no, it was disappointing. Staying in France for a little bit as well. Neymar's dad. He had a bit to say, didn't he?
Always does.
Always did.
What was he chatting about? Cavani?
This week, he was saying that he's actually, against public opinion, he advised his son that he would be better off staying at Barcelona.
Okay.
And he would have had a much greater chance of winning the Ballon d'Or if he'd stayed at Barcelona because the quality of player there is better. Basically. I'm paraphrasing it slightly, but that was essentially, so I advised him to stay at Barcelona, but he was intent on moving to Paris. He wanted to be in Paris.
And he actually said that.
Okay.
Which I thought was it. And then PSG, another beautiful game from Ligue 1.
It's a good league.
Best game of the weekend I saw was Marseille versus who was it? Lyon. Was it Lyon? No. Who does Balotelli?
Nice. What? I played Nice. We
got the dates from.
Yeah.
I keep getting the dates from. I thought we were going to go, but we weren't going to go because it wasn't on.
It's very hard to do this.
We didn't actually see that game either because we were coming over.
It was my favourite game of the weekend. It was lovely. It was really, really nice. It was, I believe it ended up as 4-2 to Marseille.
No, that would have been awesome.
It
got a dates from
there was red cards. There was a missed penalty. There was Balotelli scored very early on. It was 1-0. Then it was 1-1. Then it was 2-1 Nice. Then it was 2-2. And then it went in at the break at 3-2.
No.
And the second half, even though there weren't as many goals or incidents, was by no means any less entertaining. And that's why I loved it so much. It was not only was it really good football, but it was entertainment as well. It was my favourite game of the weekend. It's the favourite game I've watched. And Balotelli still can't half swing a free kick. Didn't take the penalty though.
For Nice?
Yeah, did
Who took the penalty for Nice?
I can't remember his name though. You have to look it up. But he missed it. Mandana saved it.
It's a disappointment. I was asleep by that point.
It was.
What time was that game on?
It was about. I think it was the evening game. So
Yeah, it was 8 o'clock kickoff, wasn't
Yeah,
it? French time. So yeah, that's why. Yeah, I was going to try and watch that, but by the time I got back from doing round about the houses, there was no time for that.
Well, if you can watch the extended highlights or whatever, then I genuinely recommend it because it was a very, very good game. I enjoyed it a lot. But yeah, something that we can talk about, which doesn't need me driving it, because you can drive it much better than I ever will. Barcelona.
What about them?
Right, I watched that game as well this weekend, which that was the strangest game I've watched.
Who did they play? We were away, so I've seen nothing. I'm literally just providing the hardware here.
Las Palmas. Behind closed doors.
Oh, right, okay, yeah.
Boateng still plays for Las Palmas.
Alassane Plie takes the penalties.
Yeah, Balotelli was on the pitch. I thought it was bizarre that he didn't take it, but he missed it. Bandana saved it. But Balotelli did take it. One free kick, which, again, as Skinner is part of the goalkeepers union, you will particularly enjoy the save because Mandanda saved it, and afterwards, like genuinely made the sign in Balotelli's direction of just like genuinely you could see him make that hurt. I don't know how he kept it out.
It's a palm stinger. It was Palm Sunday.
But yeah, the oddest game that I watched this weekend was the
Barca Las Palmas one, yeah.
Oh, because it was no crowd there, right?
The Catalan referendum, yeah.
Yeah, behind closed doors game, which was originally it was set to. They announced it was cancelled. Like we had they didn't announce it, but it was being reported that the game had been cancelled. Then it was postponed. They were going to play it on another day, and then because La Liga basically said to them, that they'd get fined like a hefty amount of money. It was about €6.5 million that they were talking about for not fulfilling the fixture. They said, okay, we'll fulfill it, but for safety reasons, no one's allowed in. So it's played completely behind closed, and I watched that. And it was very bizarre. Piqué's come out and been very, very vocal, saying that it was the hardest game he's had to play, and so on and so forth.
He's trying to quit the national team.
He said that he's willing to quit the national team now, which will be interesting. There's also talk that Barcelona will, because the Catalan referendum is happening. Now, I don't really want to get very political on this podcast, to be fair. I just want to keep it to football. But basically, because they've come out and said that they voted in favour of I can't think of the word now, sorry, my brain is
cessation is the word that you're looking for.
That's the word that I am looking for. Barcelona, then there was the day strike on Tuesday. The Catalonia, the wide strike, everyone doing their work, and Barcelona also joined in the strike. They cancelled all training sessions across every team, so there was no training on whatsoever. And they've now said that if they do get if they do leave Spain as such, then they'll also leave La Liga.
Wow.
So Barcelona will no longer play in La Liga. And there's been a bit of talk of them joining the Premier League. Arsene Wenger spoke about it in a press conference as well and said that it would be a lot of bother he didn't say a lot of bother. It would cause a lot of problems. It would cause a lot of problems if they did. And if we're going to, he said, if we expand the league to 24, then you'd have to invite the Scottish teams first before Barcelona.
Yeah, that's not even his opinion, that is a rule, by the way. And that was apparently agreed in principle some years ago, that were that ever to be an option, that old Celtic and Rangers would have an invitation to come in.
Well, apparently there's talk about it, like there's serious talk about it happening now.
No, it's not. I'll bore everybody.
It's been on the agenda again, but
I'll bore everybody now. It's not happening. Let's move on.
No, it's not.
They couldn't even get the six Premier club, the top 6 couldn't even get a vote sorted today.
Yeah, I did see that. Again, that's another thing.
On increased money, so there's no like.
That's interesting as well, isn't it? It's just that because that was the overseas revenue, wasn't it, from TVs?
No, just generally distribution of television.
Oh, so I thought it was just the overseas distribution.
Well, I mean, it makes it the single largest amount, doesn't it? Because the thing's already been locked down as a thing, so it will be. But it would be the first move to.
Yeah, because at the minute it's spread equally amongst all the clubs, the 20 clubs.
Spread equally, with then the placements being the main difference. So you will get different amounts based on the amount that you're on television, etc. So
yeah, but yeah, and the voted to get in or tried to get in was that the top 6 clubs would get 35% shared out amongst them all, and then the rest would be shared equally. And they voted against it. I believe they were. I don't think they've released how many, but they said they were Welsh. They needed 14, and yeah, they weren't anywhere near to it apparently. And they said that during the meeting, it became very, very apparent that they weren't going to reach the necessary 14. Be an interesting change. But yeah, the Barcelona thing was it was so odd watching it.
Right, what we need.
Messi still scored twice.
We need some good news.
Yeah, I did. That was a little bit. Yeah, it brings it down a bit. So do you want some
good news.
Good news corner. No good news corner.
Yeah. Happy days. The Bentley goal, which I don't think you will.
No. The first one is Giorgio Chiellini has joined Juan Mata's common goal, and he will be donating 1% of his salary to Juan Mata's common goal charity, which I think is bloody lovely. So he'll be joining. I was trying to remember him now. Alex Morgan's one of them.
Yeah, she's not getting bloody pissed up.
Yeah.
That's why she was getting pissed up. She got buyer's remorse. She wants to not give her money to charity anymore.
That night in Epcot, that magical night.
Oh, Pony?
No.
What's her name?
Megan Rapinoe.
That's close.
That is a worldie. I want all 3 replays on that one. What a finish! It's the swivel that does it for me there. Oh!
I enjoyed that.
Let me see that one more time a minute. Where are you going on with this again? I can know you.
I'm struggling to find nowhere to go.
There's nowhere to go. If only Luke was telling you where he's going to go with his arrows, you could go the other direction. He's foot in there. Oh, Jonathan Vieira, Halalovic. Good little team you have. Maximilian Arnold. I'm off to the Wolfsburg team now. I'm bored with you all lot. But hey, Maximilian Arnold. You don't get many people with 2 first names anymore, do you?
Did you see the Ian?
I did. I was gonna segue to that.
Segue. My Ian graph.
Go on then. Talk about it.
So somebody who's very bored in Interstats has done the decrease of the name Ian in football circles.
Okay.
In English football.
In English football, yeah. So
yeah,
it hasn't gone from strength to strength, which is what you would imagine with the name Ian.
Yeah, exactly. It was fairly.
Same.
It's fairly in line with not Ian's birth rate, but you know the. I mean, we'll find out the birth rate of Ian's if you wish in a minute. Wow, that is unbelievable. Little baby Ian. I don't know any baby Ians. What a celebration as well.
Yeah, good.
That's just to wind you up, that is, Skin. That's just to wind you up.
So yeah, the graph of Ian's.
Exactly. So it's gone down. And the last Ians have played in the Premier League.
Yeah. Ian Hart.
2002-2003. Ian Hart. Who we've
Was it
covered,
actually Ian Hart?
of course it is. Who we've covered
have
semi regularly on this this very cast. So yeah. So that's. You got any other good news?
Leighton Baines. Yeah, the other good news that I've got is you'll have to take over. To be fair,
I don't have to.
Well, you have to read it.
Why?
All right. Actually, no, not after last.
What do you want to talk about?
Dulwich Hamlet.
Oh, that's right. I can talk to you about that.
Right, Dulwich Hamlet have
I can do it if you want.
that to celebrate non-league day, which is this Saturday, in their game with Needham Market FC.
Yeah.
It's a pay what you want.
Yeah, they do it every year.
And the charities, which they've I've written them down. They've got 2 charities.
They got
This is very, very hard to try and read off a sheet of paper.
I'll give it here then. I can do it. What have you got? Because I should know all this already. Because
I've written the 2 charities down, and then I went onto their website.
Oh, the Coppleston Centre in Peckham.
Yeah, I went onto the website.
Coppleston is a multicultural, multi-purpose community centre located in the heart of Peckham. They were fortunate enough to welcome over 500 people to our various services and activities each week. And then the second one is the Lambeth and Southwark Mind. So an independent local charity working for the well-being of people in the boroughs of Lambeth and Southwark who are experiencing any kind of mental distress, which is lovely. Now, that's on top of Dulwich Hamlet doing a load of stuff with Sierra Leone, because that's just what they do. Yeah, that's really good. And then the other bit to talk about with Dulwich Hamlet this week is that because they're in the Isthmian League, they've signed an agreement with whatever it is, like bet.net or something, isn't it? And Dulwich Hamlet have had a dialogue with the Isthmian League and have originally asked that they didn't want to have any affiliation with betting companies at all, because betting is a really horrible kind of hand-in-hand thing with football. I feel really uncomfortable about it, and I know we've joked in the past, but I feel really fucking...
It's horrible.
I really don't like it. I don't like alcohol
But do it
associated with
responsibly.
it. Yeah, exactly. Do it responsibly, but all of our television stars are allowed to advertise it. Stuart Pearce, who's got a load of views about foreigners coming into the game, is happy for you to bet, etc.
And plenty of them struggle with it when their careers are almost
exactly
finished.
it, you know.
But that's fine. But just make sure it's responsible. Know when you've had enough.
Exactly.
Just make sure you know.
Stop when the fun stops.
Exactly. So they've negotiated in a really mature manner, and the Isthmian League have said, well, unfortunately, no. Like, our agreement was that all of the clubs have it advertised in their header on their club websites, but they've allowed it. But they've said that the proceeds that they would receive from it, they're going to give to charity. So Dulwich Hamlet leading the way, the blue and pinks, Ash Carew's army.
Yeah, I did.
Revolution.
Lots of good news there.
Loads of good news.
Well done, Dulwich Hamlet.
Well done, Dulwich Hamlet.
They are good. They are. They might be referred to as a hipster club and all that, but they're doing some really interesting stuff.
Yeah, no, I went onto their after you sent the link again. I then went onto their Twitter for a bit, and then I got lost a little bit in their on their website for a good. Like, 20 minutes.
They're a good club. They're a good club. The Hamlet. So we're on to Ari.
Harry chat.
The thing with Ari is that he's gone and he's never coming back.
No.
Never ever coming back.
It's like Michael fucking Myers, isn't he?
He is like Mike Myers. I mean, he's far less funny than... Oh, the other one. Oh, right.
Yeah. The one that's been bothering Tony Curtis's
Talk to me about him.
Right. This week, it's mainly... It's not really Harry chat, the first bit, but he was on BT Sport, I believe.
He was on BT Sport.
He's on BT.
Do you have any views about what type of players do you get?
Well, he was talking about Watford, and the quote was, I bet none of you could name me like 6 players.
If you asked me to name 6 Watford players, you'd probably struggle. Now, I'm going to go through this a minute. If you asked me to name 6 players, you'd probably struggle. So if I asked Harry to name 6 players, I would struggle. I don't think it makes sense.
I know, it was linguistically it was everywhere, wasn't it? The response to Watford, because every team then will tweet out their starting lineup. Yeah, they'll
Yeah, they will. Well, that's how Big Chris decided that he knew he was going to go with Alexis Sanchez. He was waiting for Arsenal's official starting 11 tweet before he committed to that. He's no mug, Big Chris. Big Chris.
He doesn't sound it. He knows.
Big Chris Newbrook. He's a man mountain.
Wonderful.
Stoke fan, so can't have it all.
But yeah, so he said in response to this, what Watford did was retweet the link from BT Sport with Harry saying this and said, "Here's 11 for you, Harry."
Very good.
And used it as their starting 11 tweet for the day, which I thought was really good.
You couldn't name Watford starting 11, even though he was open to it. That is a lovely move there. Unlucky. This is a good game of football.
That's all right.
What normally happens when he loses, he demands a replay. Weird that it didn't happen this time.
That's all right. I'm quite happy with this week's offering.
Maximilian Arnold there. So that must be the end of Harry now, surely. I mean, he's buried himself there. Nothing. I mean, that's got to be it.
What players did he tag there?
He didn't do any.
Did he say?
No, that's the point he made. He said
can't name 6.
Couldn't name 6.
Don't ask me to name any because it's not happening.
Couldn't name any. He signed about 3 of them in his time as a manager. Like, genuinely had. Unbelievable. So that must be it. That nobody would touch him with a barge pole now, would they?
Not after that.
Nobody. There's nobody in their right mind is gonna.
Does anyone need a manager right now?
Well, not so much.
They
Well,
don't
you need
need
a
a
bit of the
manager.
old school sort of manager to sort of tighten things up a bit, like nuts and bolts sort of bread and bam bam sort of stuff.
So what happened?
What's happened is a team. They don't need a manager.
Okay.
Dulwich Hamlet in for him.
They're a far better club than that.
But what they do need, nice.
I'm not doing it. No, that's not how I'm going.
What they need is there is a team, and they need someone to come in and sort of help their manager, their young manager. They need to just add it.
Maybe Swindon, maybe.
That's how I'm going. Oh no, I'm going to do it. Hang on a minute.
I genuinely
I'm
feel
going to
you
do
were
it.
going it. That's what
Well, I wasn't going to, but now I will. What am I doing? I don't know what fucking league. I do know what league they're in. Jesus.
So Yeovil Town have decided that what they need is Harry Redknapp.
That's what they need, is it?
Harry Redknapp. He's been brought in as an advisor.
Unbelievable. Jobs for boys, honestly.
Like as we
Absolutely
said, I mean, I was over the moon with this because we did mention this on a previous podcast, in that he would do, you know, and after you said that Sherwood would be the next.
Sherwood would.
He would be the next manager of Birmingham City, and then we said that that's what would happen in the like he did at Swindon. Harry Redknapp said that he didn't want to be another manager. He didn't think he wanted to manage another team, but he would happily.
Too long in a tooth for this nonsense. Help a young manager out, wouldn't he?
He'd help a young manager. He would help the young manager out, and that's what he seems to be doing.
I mean, did you genuinely stop that then?
Yeah.
That's really annoying because I was on like 12,000 points then with a Yeovil player.
I thought you were doing very well.
Like, yeah, that's really annoying. Guys.
God, it's like the fucking arrows again. But yeah, what's everyone's thoughts on?
No, I'm distracted now by that because that was fucking. Anybody that's watching that needs to genuinely watch back how what I was doing there with a Yeovil player.
You're doing very well.
Did you like the Yeovil crest?
Would they have done that pre-Harry? I've got that level of points.
No.
He hadn't officially come in yet, though, has he?
I don't know whether he's agreed to it yet. I mean, he's got to run it past Sandra. He's got to ask what the dog wants. Like whether Rosie's gonna
the horses,
the accountant.
Definitely the accountant.
I don't know if there's many failing businesses in Yeovil to funnel money into. Allegedly.
He said it. What's the housing market like in Yeovil? It's about to have a significant boost.
When Harry Redknapp opens a car wash just outside Yeovil.
Or a chip shop's the other one. Don't know how much the potatoes are coming in for.
There's a bit of inside knowledge there.
There you go. Top tip everyone watching. Sut a chippy.
Genuinely lost my train of thought.
Allegedly.
Do you Chippy impression again there, Skin?
I don't know what I did.
You did a Chippy.
I don't know if I did do.
Watch your back's been fucking recorded.
You can't deny it. So
No, I'm not sure. I don't recall doing it.
yeah.
I did. It was like.
That's what Harry said.
I don't recall for that.
I don't recall. Where's his money then?
So if Harry starts a car wash or a chippy,
Yeah.
You gotta worry. Like, HMRC are gonna be all over that shit.
but like Apache Communications, isn't it?
Territory Productions.
Oh, what's Paul Popper doing? His army. But yeah, no. So it was quite a big week for Harry Redknapp, considering the man's not involved in football anymore and won't be.
I mean, imagine being the full side manager who's
Thanks for the update.
got the chippy nose said. Kind of Harry's place.
Nice.
Stolen from Ian Beale. Yeah.
Nice. But I was absolutely delighted at this because I'm now going to pay very, very close attention to Yeovil.
What to say? Come on, the mighty Yeovil.
Fucking what's going on?
That was a phenomenal save.
Yeah, Harry Redknapp signed Levy Atkins.
And he's used, Neville's happy because he's using a corpse.
He's going to check.
Neville's lamppost. He's gonna get Neville Southall in. They're gonna use bones as corner flags.
Yeah.
And crossbars.
Bloody
What's
Mad
Neville
Max.
Southall doing? He's stringing his nan up to a floodlight.
Oh,
He's made his dog into a table.
Maud Southall. Hold that thought, I'm going for tea. Jane, we're not fucking waiting for you, love. Like, unbelievable, that woman. Hold the tides. I need a cuppa.
Is that
Aren't
cuppa
you?
or like tea is in food tea?
No,
that'll
she's
be a
going for a
cuppa.
brew. She's going for a brew.
Yeah, that'll be a brew.
Regularly on for a brew.
A
We'll
Yorkshire
stop the
show.
podcast for Jane fucking Smalley. Unbelievable.
Live broadcast.
Should we just like pause it like and then back in?
That was the thing, wasn't it, a little while ago? The twats in pubs were doing it.
Do we have a twats in pub section?
Well, I don't know. You're the only two that have been in a pub this week. Were there any twats in the Irish pub in?
Yeah, we were with them,
Girlies?
unfortunately.
Not the case. The bar,
Definitely the
bar,
case.
The bar staff really enjoyed this though. Really loved our business and our custom.
How was breakfast?
Certainly not as big as I fucking ordered. I don't want to get into it. I don't want to get into a dispute with the unnamed famous Irish bar in Nice.
Not naming any names.
Not naming any names. No.
The cook was too busy to cook. He was too busy cooking to do more cooking.
Unbelievable. And the fucking rock. Honestly, you smell what he's cooking. He's unbelievable. I've never been so raised.
I don't believe that.
I genuinely couldn't believe my ears. I genuinely couldn't believe my ears.
What
But
did
anyway.
he say then? Did they say that? You see, what was it? All I've heard is that.
We're not going into it. We're not going into it. I'm busy here trying to hustle. And I'm fucking Yeovil here against Man United and I'm doing alright.
It was a golden time.
Talking about the golden boot in Premier League. That was something which I was going to bring up.
Chicharito, 21 goals.
Is it
Next.
Yeah, Ashley's covered that. What the fuck are you on about?
I like that. Yeah, no, it's just when you look at the golden boot competition at the moment,
Harry Kane, you can do
very
no wrong.
close.
Give it to Harry Kane already.
It's very, very close. Because you've got Lukaku's top goal scorer is top at the minute. But Harry Kane's very close behind. But you've also got Vardy has got a few. Lacazette's got, is it Lacazette got 3?
Yeah, he's got 3 in 3 home
Vardy's
games.
got 4. Aguero's on.
He's dead, forget about him. Jesus.
Aguero's on 5.
Aguero.
He's even big. Morata is on, a few. He's got.
Confidently than that. What's Yeovil's nickname? I can't remember it for the life of me.
Skinner, get it up. Yeah.
Like the cider
Something to
farmers or
do
something.
with natural yogurt.
What? Yeovil Valley.
Yeah.
This could be a chance. And the goalkeeper can take charge now.
I should know this.
You should know it. Are you ready?
Go on.
The Glovers.
Oh, I didn't know that. No, didn't know that.
Founded in 1895 as Yeovil Casuals.
Yeah.
Just cash.
Just cash. God, imagine how good the ones that took it serious were then if they became this big.
I wonder if they one day thought, you know what, we're going to get so big, Harry Redknapp's going to come here. They wouldn't have believed it.
They were called Yeovil Casuals because they were allowed playing jeans and trainers. That's official, that is.
I'm intrigued by the crest of this.
Is it like the Watford Moose? What is it? What's the crest?
Do you want me to show you?
What are you saying?
No,
explain
it.
Explain it.
Oh, I didn't know there was a pause for that. Alright, okay.
Explain it, go on.
You
Do us a favour.
Yeah.
It's like win, lose or draw it. You gotta don't show us, explain it.
No,
Talk
no.
us through it.
So 2 lines either side, right?
You don't need to start with colours here, is it?
No, it's not.
Well, you know the colours
Either
already.
side or what?
Well, the fans don't know the colours, the audience don't know the colours.
What, our audience of, like Luke's mum?
Oh, he's saying of the audience now. Fucking hell.
Oh, we're part of Alvin Evans, to be played by Alexander
Jay,
and Appreciative Skinner.
Yo,
That's what I was going to do today.
Yeovil Town's
He's got a right.
colours.
He's.
Yellow
I
lines
should
on
have gone bonnet because he's got a bee in his bonnet.
2 shepherd's hooks. It's quite shepherdy.
Crooks, you mean?
Well, they're hooks.
Yeah, crooks.
It's still a hook.
Oh my god.
They're called crooks. What is wrong with him?
I know.
Has he had a bad week?
Correct.
What is wrong with him? Have I done something to upset him this week?
You're not like this in the car.
It's because he spent the weekend with me, wasn't it? He's had enough of
But
it.
too much, yeah. Usually
He's had too much worm. I told him this before. I told him before.
Are you
He
sure
was
you're
like,
only to go?
well, the end of last week, if you remember, I'm really looking forward to spending the weekend with you. Verbatim is what he said, and I was like, no, you're not.
I thought I did.
Well, see, I know
Oh,
you
the
better than
truth's
you know
coming
you.
out now.
That's fine.
So, can we agree that even though a crook, it's still like a hook?
Like a hook, it is a crook.
Well, otherwise, they're
He's not
saying
called
by
Garth
hook
Hooks,
or by
is he?
crook.
Yeah, exactly. he's not called Garth Hooks. He's,
I've been calling him that.
But there
In
is,
his face.
yeah, that's why he's
it's
that's why he never
not a
puts you in
hook.
his team of the week.
Okay, do you know that Yeovil
They've got Garth Crooks on their logo.
Yeah, 2 of them.
and he's dressed up as a crook.
Oh yeah, you got a bit of spot by that.
Achieved by unity, I quite like that. Achieved by unity.
Is that in English?
Yeah.
Yeah, good English club. Yeah.
And there seems to be a man in a dress
Yorkshire Terrier.
holding a dog with one of those flea collars on it.
Is it a dog?
Yeah,
Are you sure?
Yeah,
So
pretty
it's
sure.
not a wolf?
Oh,
No,
I
pretty sure.
enjoyed that.
So look, he's a man in a dress is holding a dog.
I have never seen anything like it in my life.
I want to see this.
So I think that's what it is. Yeovil town fans, please just correct me if I'm wrong, but there is a man on a dress.
Well, it looks like
Can everyone
holding
watch
a
it looks like Brian
Holding-
Blessed is dressed as an angel, holding
a little
a
dog.
novelty golden
Right,
coin.
everyone watching, go and Google now the Yeovil Town logo. Brian
You
Blessed.
can tweet it out.
I'm enjoying
Tweet
Tweet
it
it
out.
out, Skin.
Okay, tweet it out.
We're going to tweet it out at FIFA Ramble.
Bloody doing it now.
Doing it now. Interactive, I like it.
That thing is fucking atrocious. Was that as a genuinely like? Was that a competition that won that?
Now this is an interesting attack.
There you go, that's the next thing. Who designed it? Is it the body of Christ, I'm assuming?
That's a man in a dress.
It's Brian Blessed on the
It is Brian Blessed in a dress. Dressed as an angel.
Oh, don't quite.
Basically, a massive fan of Flash Gordon did the logo, the logos.
Well, we're all... My shelf's going on.
Oh, good. I imagine I'll bring on guy who's got a if I win a golden boot clause in his contract.
Shall I tag Yeovil Town fans in this?
Yes.
What, Donald and I can't name any other Glover.
Amos. I guarantee you they're big. One of the esports, the Evelyn's the thing, but basically just tag them the cast of Emmerdale.
Emmerdale Farm, as we used to call it.
Yeah. Still going. That's still a
Emmerdale
thing.
Farm. Yeah, I imagine it's a thing. I am so disappointed with that. And I thought this was going to be, it's going to be like FA Cup third round.
Yeah.
We were going to have Manish there all day in the clubhouse, asking people about their logo.
Was there any particular hashtag to go along with this? It's a good man in a dress.
There's
nothing wrong with. I enjoy a man in a
Flash.
dress.
No, just leave it.
No
I think I'm over hashtags.
Everybody except the opposition is enjoying this.
Okay,
I think I'm over it. Okay, right, let's go, because I want to finish in a little while. Do some Reader's Wives or something, because it's...
Skip, grab the Reader's Wives.
I'm one man. I'm finishing doing this tweet.
Oh, bloody hell.
I wonder if there's employees watching this. You can't multitask. That's not what his CV says. Excellent time management, something like that, was it?
Yeah.
Fibbed about that as well.
Superior time management.
Oh,
It's got a foot in there. It's got a foot in. The man agonising over a tweet there. That didn't even send. It's been so long, it didn't even send. Yeah. Should speak to somebody who works in a marketing agency to in a digital market.
No, just the guy.
Oh, it's disappointing. What was at one moment looking like a lovely day has now been spoilt rotten by the Giants.
Yeah, but
it's magic of the FA Cup.
Oh, they've done the thing we were talking about.
That was funny. I can't wait till my goalkeeping coach, he's a pie and gets into trouble. Harry's going to be fucking livid. Oh.
Do you remember?
Romelu Lukaku only scores against the big clubs. Yeovil. So do some Reader's Wives then, come on.
Okay.
I'll be ready in 1 sec.
Oh my god. Right, should we do a I need to ask a question. This is just...
Go on then.
Oh, do you know, I think I can remember the Reader's Wives. One of them was basically it was because I not only asked for questions, but I asked for like points of interest or gripes or weekend highlights or whatever. And one of them was fucking international week is here again, and they suggested what's wrong with doing like a mini international group of games, but that don't interrupt the season. So like instead of doing in the summer.
Well, the problem with that is that tournaments happen. There are tournaments every single year now.
Could be sit down the bottom. There you go. Put it under the Reader's Wives. Just the first one.
Reader's Wives, okay.
You know how this works. You meant to read him out, then you meant to say he's a good follow on Twitter, because that's Luke like says about everybody, even if their Twitter feeds are really fucking rubbish.
So you've written Jack Crosswell.
They copy and pasted. Yeah.
Conte's team selection versus Man City. Just on.
That's really because that was his gripe. He's a Chelsea fan.
But
odd. What was he wasn't as odd as having Fabian Delph playing as left back.
I think he was alluding to that they didn't really seem intent on attacking, but we spoke about
they defended like bunches of the amount of shots.
I don't think their aim was to come out the blocks attacking. Really, I think they were just going to try and frustrate and get on the counter.
Well, yeah, I mean, this is anyone. The problem with Chelsea fans, and I don't want to say that. The problem with Chelsea fans are they've got an Italian manager who's trying to be pragmatic against the new, the new look Man City team, and then they're such fucking idiots that they're surprised that he's going to be pragmatic. Like, this is a result of them having never ever watched their manager manage anywhere else before, and I mean that. Like, they'll have never seen fucking Conte manage before. Like, this is what he does.
And let's be honest.
I thought we played it right as well. I really did.
Man City
performance
was absolutely astute.
Yeah,
they returned, switched on. They were there to make a point. Every one of their players was on it.
Yeah, Conte's biggest failure was that he didn't adjust after half time, really, because Pep really did change his formation at half time. Oh, fuck. That's the first one I'm disappointed with.
Okay, so Raj, should we move on?
Yeah, if you want. That was the international break.
He's piped up again.
The age-old question about having international fixtures breaking up the season. What's wrong with having a mini international season at the end of the club season?
It doesn't work because people aren't interested. Basically, people are so starved for football over the summer. It means that when this shit comes around, people will still watch it. The international calendar is an absolute catastrophe anyway, and there's the African continent wants to play its thing whenever it fucking wants. Change it. The Copa America played 3 in a row because they wanted to do their centenary one. So that happened. It's just a fucking catastrophe. International football's wank as well.
It's just terrible, isn't it? It's just
clogs everything.
Basically, if you're not Scottish at the Euros, no one cares. Or Welsh at €1. Yeah. So that's that. Anything else?
That is the end of the Reader's Wife section.
Good.
Fancy
not many.
There we go. Because we're running up to 2 hours.
We're there now. We're done, aren't we? We're done.
Fancy.
Shall I propose
Lukaku over Jesus? Is that what you're putting in?
Get
him out.
I'm considering, when you look at the fixtures that are coming up for Man United, we've got quite a lot of... Our fixtures get infinitely more difficult now. And Man City's get, quite easy. So what I'm proposing is removing Lukaku from my fantasy football team.
Does Sané play in midfield or up front?
Midfield.
He's classed a midfielder, is he?
Yeah, he's classed a midfielder. Yeah. So yeah, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, well, you'll get a good price for Lukaku, but it's at your own peril.
Big price for.
That's my. But the big news, obviously, as we do every week, we like to finish with
Always.
a
bang. We don't like to finish with a bang.
Let's get our fantasy football scores, shall we?
Can't wait.
Right, I dropped down to 5th. I got 55 points this week, so I dropped from 4th to 5th.
Did I overtake you? Was it me?
You're very close. Skinner at 51.
Poor decision on my captain.
We just have a few.
Did not come through.
What's the Gormisaurus do? The Gormisaurus got 56. He's moved up. He still went with 5.
Heather Small.
He had Morata up front.
Oh, that's going to bloody cost him.
He had Mane as his captain.
Idiot.
Kane as vice captain. That's where I fucked up. But my captain was Lukaku, so at least I got 7 points.
Yeah.
But then Kane was my vice captain, so it could have been worse.
How did Wormosaurus do?
I'm getting there. That's the last one.
That's what I'm waiting for.
Because that's what everyone's waiting for. Multiple scoregasms. It wasn't your best of weeks. It was.
What was it, like 56, 70 points, something like that?
Yeah, about 85.
Just casual 85, yeah?
It was 15.
15 points?
Yeah.
That's good.
15 points. You got Fabianski.
Classic, he conceded.
He conceded, but he also made 3 saves.
Yeah, I mean, it's
so
my choice, isn't it?
You were in the same position that I was to a certain degree, because Swansea conceded quite late. Now I've got Norton and I've got Norton. You've got Fabianski, and yeah, genuinely annoying.
It happens when you pick these teams. You pay your money, you take your choice.
It does happen. Manquillo got 2. Peters got 2.
Eric Peters!
Cedric got 1.
Our Stoke fan fucking hates Eric Peters.
Why? What's his beef?
Just doesn't like him. He also calls Jeff Cameron Jeffrey Cameron.
I like that.
I know. Next.
Why?
Because he's an idiot.
Jeffrey Cameron. Idiot. Wonderful.
He's a wonderful idiot.
Romeo. He got a yellow card, did he?
Every week. Can we hear this?
Should we have a look?
Probably played, didn't he?
Should we have a look, actually? Romeo, yellow card so far this season. That was his 3rd yellow card.
Yeah, 5 games. So.
It was his 3rd yellow card of the season. Højbjerg didn't play.
That'll change.
Chalobah didn't play, injured. Burke didn't play.
No,
Injured.
Yeah,
But Ollie Burke is now actually been declared fit. So after the international break, he will be back on West Brom's bench.
Do we include? No, he's not a problem.
Kalachi got one.
He's abroad for us.
Andre Gray 1, and your captain, because Gareth McCauley is still not playing. Tammy, you got 4. Your Joe Hart was on your bench, so you'd have got an extra 3 points if you'd switched your keeper.
Right, so if I factor in my matrix now, I've got 20. How much is on my How much money have I left in the bank?
I can't tell you that.
Yeah, you can.
How can I find that?
Just scroll down.
I'm not on the app.
Scroll down. So I got 25 million or something.
You've got about 20. You've got about nearly 30 million in the bank. Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. So I'm still winning the league then.
I do genuinely.
Net spend.
You do need.
Let's talk about net spend.
Yeah, you do. You do need a lot of. You've had some decent weeks and all, but you do need some. You know, you haven't spent any money on your team.
Yeah, I know. I'm not bloody Harry Redknapp like you two.
Yeah.
I'm pissing money at the wall.
Should we finish this?
You can't wait to finish now.
No, I'll still be running. It's just.
Yeah, fuck them off.
Yeah,
innit?
say goodbye to Facebookers.
Ugh.
Thanks for watching.
No, I refuse that fucking wave.
Oh, wait.
Ugh. Get him gone.
Get him gone. It's just a
Scum.
stream health as well. I reckon we wrap this up soon, but that's stream health. I want it to improve before we do. If everyone's alright with that.
It's up to full. It's up to 2,711.
It's orange.
You're looking in the wrong.
It's orange at the top.
Yeah, you're looking in the wrong thing. That's YouTube's fault. What you need to look at is OBS, my broadcasting thing, and it's broadcasting. It'll tell you exactly how many kilobytes a second it's streaming.
Where am I looking?
That green box in the.
Oh, okay. So it's just YouTube health.
It's YouTube being a cunt.
I just want to sort of leave it until that gets a little bit better.
Don't bother.
No?
Nope.
Alright then. Should we call that a day?
Yeah, he's packing his bag.
He's already gone.
I like
now,
that.
next week, we'll give this a little. Next week, it will be me and Alexi doing our own.
Somebody's got an award show to be at.
He's got an award show to be at, which.
It's embarrassing, really.
Very glamorous. What a lifestyle.
But it's good. So.
I'm embarrassed by it. I mean, I have written my speech, but.
Yeah. Got an award show to be at. He's.
Bring your own microphone.
Yeah, radio mic.
I'm assuming your speech is just going to
be...
It's like
Mr. G.
Will you end your speech with subscribe to Calhoun Review YouTube channel?
No, because you know that I won't do any of that stuff.
You won't. You won't. But you're here. That's all I need. That's all we need. That's all I ask. I don't need you tweeting links. So yeah, next week it's going to be me and Alexi. So it'll be a bit different again. We'll be 13.5 because I will point blank refuse to call it 14 if it's not a 3.
Is it true you're going to do it on a fishing boat in the bay?
If the weather's good, too.
Well, yeah, if the weather's good.
If the weather and the tide is good.
If we get Wi-Fi.
Because it is.
We can.
Oh, it's terrible tides this evening. Oh, bloody high tides.
Wi-Fi.
God, it is high tide.
Well, maybe see if there's any football going on. We could do a live thing from football ground.
We could do. We'll do something different, but it will be.
Hey, I tell you what, if you could go and find some football and do it from there.
Any football.
Yeah, like them goal. Do it from goal.
We could do. We'll work something out. But it will. There will definitely be a podcast next Wednesday.
The options are endless.
Yeah, there'll be a podcast next Wednesday. It will be different.
I'm looking at the options.
It will be different to this week
from all angles.
But it will be. Yeah, we'll have a special edition 13.5 FIFA Ramble for you next week. So as always, thank you for watching. We have been the FIFA Ramble, brought to you by the Calhoun Review. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Like us on Facebook.
Oh, I hate that bit.
And
I do hate that bit. I hate that bit more than you ate. Than you ate the things down there.
Yeah,
that I beat you with.
Despise that.
Instagram, Twitter, Facebook,
I'm going to turn it off
YouTube,
while he's doing
all of
it.
Promising. Mata tried to tackle here, and he's done that.
Welcome to another great game of football. If you like action, you're in for a treat here.
It's up for grabs now! Thomas!
Well, take him out, son. I mean that, take him out.
It was just banter.
Draghi Sanchez! You boys took the hell of a beating!
Oh no! Scored! Fabio. How did he miss?
Balotelli, Aguero!
Come on, fam. Real talk, lad.
Lovely cushion header. Pajero! Oh, you beauty! What a head, son! What a head!
Look at this touch. Wonderful. Rates his look, but then he sees the tiniest window open. Goal del Barcelona!
Morocco moving it infield, creating space now. He's taking on the defence by himself.
Giggs gets past Vieira, past Dixon. Comes back at him. It's a wonderful run from Giggs! Sensational goal from Ryan Giggs!
Madrid's defence stretched out like spandex on Miami Beach, and Casillas is left naked again.
You try to kick it in the goal and you hit me? Some fucking brains in you.
When the seagulls follow the trawler, it's because they think sardines will be thrown into the sea.
Henry para Messi. Messi, el pase para Henry es buenísimo. Henry.